Hey y'all. So your girl is headed out to R&B Bingo. My bestie, Mo, who's supposed to be in the house, chilling and relaxing, insists that she wants to get out the house. And so we're going to R&B Bingo. I'm gonna have to show y'all what your girl got on. Hold please. So I got my Anne Klein bag, and I can't remember where I got this from. It wasn't anywhere too expensive. I know that my shoes came from either Mad Rags or it came from Rainbow. The earrings, beauty supply store. But anyway, y'all, so I'm gonna do better about showing what I have on. But your girl ain't no model. So when I show y'all my outfit, I'm gonna get better about it. But right now it's probably kind of choppy looking. But anyway, I'm about to head to Mo's ooh, excuse me. Y'all not gonna keep it 100 with y'all. So, excuse me. Oh, Jesus. Earlier today, me and Dee went to Waffle House. I tell you, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So, first thing I thought was run upstairs, grab my sister's truck, and keep it pushing. But thankfully, what I was gonna do, the reason I am leaving so early is because I was gonna stop by my big sister house because she made me some magnesium oil. So thankfully, whenever I went out, I was leaving early enough instead of leaving just in time to get to Monica's house, because we're actually going from my house to where we're going is going to be like 60 miles. So I don't want to have to come back to have to deal with this. So what I'm doing is it's inflated enough for me to, it's got enough air in it for me to drive to a used tire shop. So that's what I'm doing, is driving to the used tire shop carefully. I got a third of a mile to go. I tell you, I'm tired. I am literally tired. Not really dealing with anybody. And so there's no one that I can just call and say, hey babe, I got a flat. Can you come change my tire? Not only that, but cars these days don't even come with a dang spare. A lot of these cars, especially some of these SUVs, they don't even come with a spare. They come with, am I supposed to turn? Hold on. Oh, they don't even come with a spare. They come with supposedly run flat tires. Am I supposed to turn right here? Shit. They said, well, that's not West. I didn't see a tire place there. They come with run flat tires, supposedly. And with these run flat tires, it's supposed to be enough to get you to a tire spot. I'm old school. I'm used to being able to jack up a car and change the tire. Okay, Bailey's tires is not open. Let me see if I can circle the block and get back to this other tire place. There's plenty of tire places over here, but I'm not trying to go too far on this. Is this it? Y'all, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm finna try and go. Because I really am not trying to go too far on this. But I might have to. Because I don't see this tire place I'm supposed to be looking for. Oh, okay, here it is. I guess it's through this gate. Okay, let me cut through here. Baby, you gonna move you and your child? Thank you. Okay, y'all. I'll check back in a second. How you doing? Well, y'all see where I am. I like it, y'all color. Thank you. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. So y'all see where I am. I'm going to go ahead and get a used tire. They are just going to be $60. And then, since I'm getting on the road, on the 14th, I'm just going to go. My sister just renewed the membership at Sam's. So I'm just going to go to Sam's and get a full set of 4 brand new tires, and then also make sure that I get a full front end alignment, because I'm not sure what is going on. That tire was 8 from the inside, and so I plan on being a road runner, so I can't be taking those types of risks, going up and down the road with the chance of possibly something happen to the tires. But I'm gonna, before we leave on the 14th, I'm just gonna I've already called Delroy, who is my mechanic, and I'm gonna get a full maintenance done on my truck, because I got like 95,000 miles on it, and make sure I take care of everything before we get on the road going back to Daytona. Ooh, excuse me. Anyway, yeah, so I I was planning on getting to Mo's house at 7:15. That's not gonna happen because it's 6:32. It doesn't take them long to change the tires, and she's just straight down 20. So I'll be a little bit. We should still get to the place that we're supposed to be going to by 8 o'clock. But honey, let me tell you, baby, life just be lifing, and your girl just be out here on a wing and a prayer. That's what my theme says on my Instagram. Scorpio Queen out here basically riding around, living off dreams and a wing and a prayer. But it is what it is, and the thing is that what things that used to would get me upset and have me totally discombobulated, whenever you've just been through so much in your life, you get to the point where you just be like, just something else I gotta go through. It's no biggie. You don't get all out of pocket. You know, shit happens. That's what it is. Shit happens. I just thank God. Praise you, God. Thank you, God, that I wasn't somewhere out at night on the side of the road. That's how you have to look at things. So, but baby, let me tell you something. It's some chocolate. It's some chocolate. I think this shop is owned by some Jamaicans. Baby, it is some nice extra chocolate brothers working on my car. Oh, child. Oh, who the hell am I calling? I hope I ain't calling somebody I don't want to talk to. You got tickets? I got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, well, honey, I ain't know that's all cool. Hey, boo.
Table, because I ain't had that many tables out here.
That's what I was, I forget what I was telling you. I said the last time we were here, I said they had more chairs than they had tables.
I wasn't expecting all these. How many is it, y'all?
Beautiful people, happy Monday. Y'all, this Monday has started out wonderful. I have zero complaints, and ain't no sense of complaining, because complaining ain't gonna change nothing. However, this morning I am truly in my spiritual element. So, woke up this morning, opened my eyes, started to pray, and then I got up, got a text message from my old boss, who had left a message last night. We was playing phone tag last night, and she was, she said, whenever you get a chance, give me a call, because I want to, talk to you about something. Let me put this on follow. Hold on, y'all. Is it gonna follow? Is it? There we go. So she said, I want to talk to you about something. So got on the phone with her. She telling me about some stuff that pertains to our old job. And we talked about that. So now she is, today she has an interview for a position. Now, when I started at HOC in January of 2020, the position of consumer care associate, or however you want to name it, was a position that she had just created. So even though I was a consumer care associate, I built that department from the ground up. I chose the software, which was Zen. I did the research for a couple of months, chose the software, which was Zendesk. I self-taught myself about all five of the I self-taught myself about all five of the different brands that we have. As far as responding to the consumers, I built out the consumer care experience, inserted myself in meetings and situations to let the company know that, this is very important. Whenever I first started working there was a difference between the customer and the consumer. The customer were the big box stores. They were the distributors who purchased the product. And so that was their focus. Their focus was, and this is a hair care company, their focus, hair and skincare, their focus was just the customer. It wasn't the consumer. So, but consumer care is something that I feel very passionate about. I'm very, 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 very passionate about the consumer experience. So whenever the company was sold, November of 2021, she and I had already discussed it when it was time for my review in January that she would change my position from consumer care associate to consumer care manager. But they ended up letting her go, whatever, once the new company took over. So the reason I left in February of that year is because I didn't feel like I was being respected and some other stuff. But then in October, they reached back out to me because they hadn't filled that position, and they asked me to come back. So I came back as the consumer care manager. Okay, so all of that being said, she is such an amazing woman. She's very spiritually grounded. She's very well spoken. She's from New Orleans. She's just that chick. And she is a mentor to me in so many ways. And also she embodies being a girl's girl. She's just all about sisterhood and all about empowering and encouraging and speaking positive and manifesting, not just for her, but for you. So whenever she and I was talking and she said that she had an interview today, I said, we're going to pray on this. And so whenever we got ready to get off the phone, it was 10:25, my birthday. And I don't know what it is about my birthday. I keep seeing it. I've been seeing it for years. I would just look at the clock and it'll be 10:25. I'll be just doing stuff and I'll look at my watch. It's 10:25. I'll be passing something and I look up. As soon as I look up and I see 10:25. So I don't know what it is. I looked it up and they said when you keep seeing your birthday over and over again, that's God talking to you. So anyway, I started praying for her. The prayer that started out for her turned into me praying for, like my best friend Mo, praying for my friend Montego, who's been battling cancer for years, praying for my daughter's relationship with her father because he's estranged, and no matter how I feel about him, a girl needs her dad. I grew up with my father, and so it bothers me, it hurts me, it messes with me that he is not really present in her life, and she's such a beautiful spirited woman, and despite of what he hasn't been to her. And so I pray for their relationship. I pray that he opens his eyes and he sees how beautiful she is and how much of a blessing she is, and he comes back into her life, and that he becomes the father that she needs him to be. Despite what has happened the previous 30 years, I want him to be present in her life. I want him to realize his mistakes, ask for forgiveness for not being present, and that they build that relationship, because I know what it's like to have a dad. And so since I know what it's like to have a dad, and I implore all of you women who are upset, bitter, mad at your children's fathers, that instead of dogging him out, hold on. Hello, you here already? Okay, well, you want me to come? I'm coming down. You want me to come down? You coming up? You want me to come down? You smart, so you look a mess. You my sister. We come from the same mom and daddy. Oh, you want to go home and take a shower? Okay. I'll come down. Okay, bye. Y'all, I have to be back. But before I leave, let me say this, and I'll come back and I'll pick up. I know you're angry, sisters. I know you're pissed off. I know you're hurt. You're disappointed. You're pissed. But for your kids' sake, pray for their fathers. Pray for their fathers. Pray over their fathers. Pray for their fathers to open their eyes and see what a blessing your children are. Pray for the fathers to come back into their lives, to own up to the mistakes that they have made, and don't hold, if they do it, don't continue to throw it at them. Let them prove themselves. Let them try to do better. Talk to them about ways that they can do better. Talk to them, not at them, not talk crazy to them. For your children, they need their dads. So when you're praying for everything else, pray for them too. Pray for them too. Pray for the reconnect those relationships. Pray that those relationships are built. Pray for your kids' hearts, their anger, their resentment, their disappointment, their sadness. Pray for your children. Daddy issues are major. Abandonment issues. I'm still dealing with abandonment issues because my dad died whenever I was 18 years old. So those are still abandonment issues, because I feel like if my father was present, there's so many things that I went through, so many mistakes that I made, so many things that I put up with men, so many things that my insecurities allowed me to accept from men. It would have been different if my dad was there. And so pray for your kids' fathers, even if you can't stand they dusty ass. Pray for them anyway. Anyway, my sister got some stuff downstairs for me. I got to go get, and I'll be back to finish talking to you guys. Y'all, I'm about to start juicing, but I'll be back to talk to you guys. I love you. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, y'all, I'm back briefly. So I know that I am one of not many people who like beets, but I love beets. Whenever I go to Golden Corral, my main purpose for going to Golden Corral is to get the beets off of the salad bar, because I love their pickled beets. Now this is beets, apples, and celery with a little bit of ginger. And the chicken livers. I love the chicken livers. Even though I'm supposed to be pescatarian, so I say, I know I would not be able to pass up chicken livers if I were to go to Golden Corral. So I have finally juiced up my beets. Finally, I had some carrot juice in here, but I'm gonna pour this in here because I'm about to drink this. And I need to go get me some more glass jars. So my sister came. Hold on, let me put my back on. My sister came and she got me because I lost. Y'all, I'm gonna have to start giving me some air tags. I lost my cup like this, and Lish gave me a cup. My sister brought me the other one that she had. Whenever I say my big sister is like the best, if I even mention wanting something or needing something or misplacing something or think about something, she makes it happen. I told her she's gonna have to stop spoiling me though. She's gonna have to stop always saving me. But I have my big sister is a blessing. Blessing, blessing, blessing. God, y'all haven't taken my high blood pressure pill. Hold up. My plan, my prayer is to get off these. Still on my Geritol. Y'all remember when I first started taking this Geritol and it had my libido going crazy? And it had my libido off the chain. Now my sister D is not gonna like this beet juice. I can't give this on her because it's too earthy. She ain't gonna drink it. Only reason she drank the one that I made last time is because I had watermelon in it. That's just, it's got some apple juice in it, but it's really beet juice. And I got to juice the cucumber juice, the granny apples, the cucumbers, and the ginger whenever I get back. But I need to buy some more of these glass jars. I have the plastic ones, but I don't like, even though they're supposed to be BPA approved, I just prefer glass. So I'm gonna run to Marshall's because that's where I know I can get them at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. And get some more finished juicing for this week because y'all, I gotta get back on it. I cannot get below 204 for nothing. So now that I've been more serious about, let me set this. I gotta find the other top for that. Let me put it, y'all. Let me put this in the refrigerator. I'll be back real quick, y'all, because I'm getting ready to head out. This is Kaylani's fault. I love this one. This is my favorite one. But this is Kaylani's fault, y'all. $9.99. $9.99 for this one, $9.99 for this one. And I think these two sets were $12.99. But y'all, this is Kaylani's fault because her and them fashion hauls, some Diddy's fashion hauls, had me running out yesterday to the store. Now, just had a conversation with a recruiter about a position thing is, the position will put me back for the most part at where I was almost before at HOC, but it is on site. It is not remote, which is going to tear into my travel plans. Anything I got planned right now, they're just gonna have to honor. It's a supervisor's position, and I usually wouldn't tell things like this because, you know, I told before and it didn't pan out, but what's for me is for me. But what I was saying is that, so that means that I can start wearing some of these clothes that I have that needs to be worn, that I bought that I don't wear. So that's one thing that I do like about going into the office. I like getting dressed up, made up, dolled up, throw my heels on. But what's for me is for me. Anyway, I gotta make a run because I'm going to look at some podcast equipment, some lighting, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take some fish out so I can cook some fish for dinner today and just run a couple of errands. But I have a strong feeling that my days of leisure are going to quickly be coming to an end. I just do. Not this job, some other job, who knows. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go out, and right now I have on, of course, the usual tank top, biking shorts. So I'm gonna throw on a little 1-2, but I'm gonna throw on something. I am dead set on, when I leave out this house, not always leaving out this house looking like I ain't got no darn job. Anyway, I'll holler back at you guys in a little bit. Okay, real quick before. Okay, so what I'm listening to right now, because someone has said to let them know what I'm reading. So what I'm reading right now is called Nobody Can Love You Like Them Roughnecks Do. Y'all, it was free on the library app, and I was desperate for something because my Hoopla had been used up for the month. Hoopla only lets you get 5 reads for the month or audibles for the month, so I just grabbed this, but I already know more than likely I'm not going to listen to it. But anyway, yeah, that's what I got on here, but I haven't taken the time to go through Hoopla and find out what books it is that I want to listen to this month. But for right now, we listening to Nobody Can Love You Like Them Roughnecks. I used to love the urban lit, the street novels. I even wrote a street novel, but I've gotten, away from that. It's just redundant, and then sometimes I'd be like, it's just too much. Anyway, so I'm about to ride out here to check on some equipment that I found on Facebook Marketplace, 3548 Shallowfoot Road. 3548 Shallowfoot Road. So I'm about to go out here. It's some lighting that I saw that they had on sale, that somebody is selling, and so I wanted to go and make sure I got my cards. It's in Doraville, so I don't know where that is. Make sure I got all of my necessary cards. Hopefully the Georgia Department of Labor will send me this debit card that they had put my money on that I did not request and to order. But it is, it is what it is. I'm not going to be tripping about things that I really cannot control. That is my focus, is to not trip off things that I cannot control. However, I did want to, and I'd hate to say it, but it's like it just keeps coming at me. And this channel is for us oldest of us seasoned sisters anyway. And so since it's for the seasoned sisters, these are going to be topics and discussions that we can relate to, and that also is comprised of us and the life we're living right now. So real quick, let me read an excerpt. This is just the most, I just need to read this excerpt to you, and then we'll expound upon it a little bit. I'm not going to sit in it for too long, because I actually went to respond, and then I said, Chloe, you can't give this kind of foolishness energy, because you know who you are as a beautiful seasoned sister. It's a blessing to have gotten to where I am and so many of our other sisters are, because I know people who are much younger than me that have gone on and passed away from breast cancer, ovarian cancer. My friend Shatavia, she was in her 40s whenever she passed away from ovarian cancer. She had been fighting ovarian cancer since she was in her 30s. And she had been fighting it for like 9 years. Then I have my friend Montego, who is in her 40s, and she's had brain cancer. Now the cancer is in her back and her spine, and has metabolized all over her body. I know quite a few sisters that were in their 30s, 20s that are breast cancer survivors. And I'm constantly on Facebook, and I'm seeing funeral announcements and arrangements for women who are younger than me or around my age, or maybe a little bit older. And so I have to constantly remind myself that society does not quantify me. Me and God quantify me. And that's why I love this community that we have of older, seasoned women who I pray to God that we recognize the blessings that we have as being older women. But y'all, let me pull over to the side, because I got to pull to the side to pull this foolishness up. Baby, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And this right here, and I'm not going to sit here too long, because we've been harping on this for like a week now. But because I still have the other videos that I have not edited and posted. But I'm finna show you this right quick. I'm gonna show it to you, then I'm gonna just read a snippet. Okay, do y'all see? Let me see if I can get it to see what. First of all, do you see who that is? Then read that real good. Let me pull it up real good so you can read it. You see it? Okay. So, Florida rapper Trick Daddy 51 says that women over 35 are damaged goods. Let me get my there we go. So, he says that and baby, whenever I say he said that not only did he say we are damaged goods, but my sisters who came on my post and had something to say about the hospice wives video. Shout out to everybody who shared or commented on that video, because I was shocked. I was not expecting that video as of today to have 10,000 views. So shout out to you guys for jumping in and having that conversation. But this is where we are now, sisters. And this is what us seasoned sisters was trying to explain to For example, the young lady that said that she was 35 and she had been dating somebody that was 60 or however it was, and she likes older men and blah, 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 blah. Listen to this. Again, Florida rapper Trick Daddy, 51, women over 35 are damaged goods. He says Florida rapper Trick Daddy is catching major heat after making some wild comments about women over 35, insists the internet is not letting him slide. The 51-year-old rapper stopped by Nene Leakes podcast recently and dropped a bomb that had women everywhere rolling their eyes and reaching for the block button. Trick, who has been very vocal about his unfiltered opinions in the past, claimed he's simply not attracted to women over the age of 35. His exact words. He called them damaged goods. According to Trick, women over 35 are too emotional, have too much baggage, and are basically past their dating prime. He implied that dating them is just too much work, as if he's bringing Brad Pitt energy to the table himself. Fans online were quick to point out the irony. A man in his 50s with a shaky track record and questionable grooming habits, calling grown women damage. So here's the thing. And I'm not a big Nene Leakes fan, so I'm most definitely not going to go watch her podcast. You know, that's my preference. But I haven't liked her energy from the time she was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and even since. I don't like people who are not humble and always playing victim. But that's another discussion for another day. Nevertheless, sisters, this is what we was trying to tell you while you're out here, you know, capitalizing on your age and your youth. Be very careful about how you come at us seasoned sisters, because now you're up. It's getting younger and younger, and it's really sad that these are 50 and 60-year-old men who would say that a woman 35 is damaged goods because she has too much baggage and this, that, and the third. So you're going to go even younger. So now you're moving into your grandchildren's age, because let's be honest, some people have babies at 14, 12, 13, 16. Actually, at 16, if he had a child at 16, then at 32, he could have a grandchild who is one. Once you add 16 to that, then you're 48. So he's around the age where he could actually have a teenage grandchild. That being said, Kevin Samuels, and let me say, a lot of women have put it into men's head that they are the prize. And so they say any and everything to us and about us. One young lady came on my post and she said to be very careful whenever I made the statement that black women are the most disrespected women on earth. She said to be very careful about speaking that, and what do I have to back that statement up and all this other stuff. I got this is what I have right here. And what I told her is that the reason that I say that black women are, I'll say some of the most, I won't say the most, I'll say some of the most disrespected women on earth, because we are constantly torn apart, not just by society, but by our men and even by each other. We have to talk, they talk about us not having edges. They talk about our eyebrows. They talk about if you have a flat butt. They talk about if you get a BBL, but then they talk about you having a flat butt. They talk about us being mean and angry. They tell us that younger women are better than us. They tell us that women of other countries are better than us. They talk about the hair that grows out of our head is nappy, even though God blessed us with it and that's what we were born with. It's still not good enough. We are truly disrespected from across the world, including and especially by our black men. This right here is a perfect example of the level of disrespect. Because here is a man who is not attractive. He has lupus. Therefore, and he almost died at one point. He has lupus. I don't know if Trick's ever been married, but I don't know who will want Trick. But just listening to him, how can you, some men be having a lot of audacity, but the audacity comes from the fact that we feed into it. We feed them. We feed their ego. Younger girls will look at him, and even women our age or whatever, only thing they see is money and opportunity. And the fact that he has money, however much he has, and the fact that there are a lot of opportunities is why men like him have the Kevin Samuels syndrome. And they feel like they can say the things that they say no matter what they look like. Trick Daddy looks like every time I see him, he looks like he is preparing for his own funeral. His makeup looks like funeral makeup. And yet he will go on Nene Leakes show and say worldwide what he said. So only thing I can say is y'all little young women that be coming for us seasoned sisters, baby, you better bring it down some. Bring it down some. Because, baby, these men are wanting women who are younger and younger and younger. And they are aging you guys out a lot quicker. It used to be 40. It used to be 50. Now it's 40. And Trick Daddy came out there and said 35. And, baby, if you go to Media Takeout, the brothers on Media Takeout are co-signing him. They are heckling a lot of the women. And then what is so disheartening is that there are women on there who, just like they used to co-sign Kevin Samuels' foolishness, there are women on there who are co-signing Trick Daddy, or if they're not co-signing him directly, they're laughing at the fact that there are a lot of women that are coming on there who are not happy with what he said. As a woman, and especially as a black woman, how can you stand with such a misogynist comment as that? Because even if you're in your 20s, baby, you ain't too far from 35. And the more this type of stuff is regurgitated, the more men say this and the more it's repeated over and over again, the more it gets in people's psyche and the more acceptable it is. That's all I got to say about that, but it just really blew my mind. And I'm like, wow. So Trick Daddy said 35 is damaged goods. And that's another thing. Why are we always, especially black women, in some capacity referred to as damaged goods? My question is, who's doing the damaging? Who's a part of damaging us? Yeah, we have to take some responsibility and accountability for it. But we love black men so hard. We love them down. So who's the catalyst behind us being damaged? Who's damaging us? I talked earlier on this very vlog about my, praying for my daughter's father, because I want her father to be in her life. That's another damaging situation in itself. The amount of men who walk away from their kids. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of amazing black men, black fathers. Just because it didn't work out with the mothers, they are in their kids' lives. They are 10 toes down. I know more than one. I know one gentleman, when he married his first wife, she had a daughter. When him and her divorced, when he and her divorced, he got custody of the daughter, and it wasn't even his, it was his stepdaughter. And he raised her. Not only did he raise her with his new wife. So his new wife inherited a husband and inherited her new husband's ex-wife's daughter. And they raised her, and she's grown now. So trust and believe, there are some beautiful minded brothers out there. I know another brother that got married, same situation. His wife already had a daughter. And then they went on to have, I think, 3 or 4 kids. And when him and the wife divorced, he got custody of all the kids, including his bonus, don't say step, Chloe, his bonus daughter. And he raised that bonus daughter. There are a lot of men, there are brothers out here who are raising children that their wife has cheated on them, and they know it's not their child, but they're raising her anyway. There are men who are stepping into families, already made families. There's a sister that commented about the hospice wife situation, and she stepped in, I think it was on the hospice wife one. And she stepped in and she said that she's recently divorced, and she has 4 small kids, and that she, is very apprehensive about dating, getting back on the dating scene. She said, but first and foremost, she wants to make sure that she works on herself and heals. Oh, they almost had an accident. She works on herself and that she heals herself. And I told her, I encouraged her to, what she said was the best thing that she could do is to work on healing herself, but don't give up. Don't look at, here I am, I got 4 young kids, this, that, and the third. Trust and believe, there are some amazing brothers out here. They don't care about ready-made family. There are some brothers out here that can't have children, and so they look for a woman that has children. There are some brothers out here that want that and desire that responsibility. They want to be a provider and a protector, and they don't care that you have 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids. I know someone that had their father, when their father married their mother already had 4 kids, and then they went on to have 2 kids, and so it ended up being six kids. So let me say this, they don't get enough shine, but there are a great deal of men who will love you down and love your kids down. There are still a lot of brothers out there like that, and we have to make sure that we highlight that, because the brothers who are not doing what they're supposed to do, it tends to overshadow and dull the light on the ones who truly are amazing. So let me say that. And also shout out to the brothers who don't embody Trick Daddy's mindset and don't embody Kevin Samuel's mindset, who do have respect for us women, who do honor us women, who do love us women. And actually, whenever my podcast launches, I got 2 brothers in mind that I am going to have on my podcast, who will sweeten the pot, who will shine the light on the beautiful black men who love us and want to respect us and protect us and put us on pedestals and shine the light on us being the queens that we are. I know more than 2, but I have 2 in mind that I really want to share with you. When I say these are my boys, these are my boys. But anyway, let me focus on this traffic. I'm like 9 miles from my destination, and I took some fish out today, some more fish, some more croaker, and some more shrimp. No, I didn't take croaker out. I took out a salmon. I took out salmon plank. So I'm gonna make some salmon, some shrimp, and I'm not sure what kind of vegetables I'm gonna make, but I'm serious about, I gotta get this together. But I'll holler back at you guys a little later. I just wanted to share with y'all that, baby, Trick Daddy said that women 35 and older are damaged. 35. That means my daughter got 5 more years, and then she done aged out of Trick Daddy's mindset. But it don't matter, because baby, she got her a man. She got her a good man, thankfully, who is a protector and a provider. But I'll holler back at you guys later, honey. Yeah. Play back.
My mother and the millions of people on social media.
A
Bob
total.
Lace, don't hit me up unless it's about the baby. And I definitely want to
Sound like I can't read this ratchet stuff. That was a total waste of my time. I just drove all the way out here for these LED video light kits with barn doors, and they don't have them. Even though he said he had them, he trying to sell me these little cheap little ring lights that I can get at Ross. No, baby. Anyway, so that was a bust. Waste of time, waste of money, waste of gas. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to think of where I am. I need to. See, this is why Amazon is winning. Because with Amazon, you can get everything on Amazon, and you don't have to go through this. Where am I? I'm on Buford Highway, but I'm gonna hop on, try and get back to 285. Anyway, I will holler at you guys. I just need to let you guys know that it was a bust. It is what it is. I'm finished. Let me see if I want to listen to any more of this ratchet book.